It's not unusual when you mention the name Castro in this part of Miami to get this reaction. This argument in Little Havana has been prompted by a visit to the US by Mariela Castro, the daughter of President Raul Castro. Speaking in San Francisco, she labelled government critics Cuban mafia extremists.
They are the mafiosos. They took control of a rich, powerful country and turned it into the most poor and miserable country in the hemisphere.
Mariela Castro is a well-known campaigner for gay rights. Still, the US government's decision to grant her a visa is seen as controversial in some circles. But her presence is also being seen as another gesture towards Cuba by the Obama administration, which has already lifted some travel and trade restrictions. She appeared in front of a friendly audience in New York, presenting herself as a champion of minorities.
I consider myself a dissident. I'm fighting within my own country against cultural heritage.
A curious description, given that just 6 months ago on Twitter, Castro condemned dissidents as despicable parasites.
No one should invite any Cuban officials to speak here because they are totalitarians. They don't accept people to speak freely in Cuba, so they have no right to come here and give their opinions.
But younger Cuban Americans don't feel the same animosity.
For me and my friends and my generation, personally, I don't think it really affects us, nor do we really keep on top of that horse per se, but the older generations, they're definitely more political.
Mariela Castro's visit to the United States may have angered older, more conservative Cubans, but among the gay community here in New York City, she's been welcomed with open arms. Jessica Stern from the International Gay and Lesbian Human Rights Commission applauds Castro for making gay rights a mainstream issue.
She is actually changing what has been a dark and horrible history for LGBT Cubans, a history ridden with human rights violations, arrests, internment, repression, and changing it both at the level of society and also at the level of the law.
There's no doubt Mariela Castro has made progress in defending the rights of gay Cubans. But for her critics, there's still a long way to go. They want the political rights of all Cubans to be championed by the country's elite. Cath Turner, Al Jazeera, New York.